Friends and enemies, welcome back to the battlefield. My name is Gianvito, and today I will be playing with Mirko Sensei. Ciao Mirko.
Hello, nice to meet you everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Pauperformance, shared journey, Magic the Gathering format, our favorite format, Pauper.
Mirko,
So,
Mirko Sensei, what are we going to play today?
yes, today we are playing a really nice deck. It's a new version of Kuldotha Rebirth. So, this is a really nice interactive mid-range deck. And as you can already see, we are playing with a strong artifact base. In particular, we are uh, focusing on playing a huge amount of, as I said, artifact in the total 22, divided in 10 lands, 10 artifact lands, and 12 all the other artifact in the decks. Especially here we can see the new presence of Experimental Synthesizer, a new card from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. And this is a really interesting deck, and it's a little bit like a throwback to the old Kuldotha Rebirth. So the old Kuldotha Rebirth was a little bit a slower deck in comparison to this one. It was playing more or less the same creature base. So we have very strong evasive creatures in form of um, Tribal Inspector to produce artifact, if I can see it right. We also have the new Kroske Fisher and Windtalk as a evasive threat in this case, as you can see here in the pop-up from MTGO. And as artifacts, I said we are playing 4 copies of Echo's Wellspring and 4 copies of Golden Eggs. So Golden Eggs is a food. In particular, this is useful because it draws a card when it enters the battlefield. It produces food, quote unquote, for Kuldotha Rebirth. That is one of the finisher of the deck. Especially this synergizes very well with Rally the Peasant that can produce a huge amount of damage, especially in some combat tricks. Is an instant, we can throw it whenever we want, flashback it, and hopefully deal lethal damage.
Apetti?
So yes. So another really interesting thing about this is the presence of 2 makeshift munition. I think it's a strong choice, in particular because, as I said, we are playing a huge number of artifacts compared to the older list, in which basically we were playing only 8 more or less artifact lands and a couple of prophetic prism and eagle wellspring, more or less. And makeshift munition helps a lot against small aggro decks, and especially like a strong presence of the new mono U deck with the new ninja. A really nice and sweet card. And what else? What I can say about this deck? We have some statistics. So the deck is average mana cost is 1.45. So we have a pretty quick deck. We have 20% of creatures, 47% of spells, and 33% of lands. The mana distribution is more or less even, 50-50, while the mana that we require is more red than white. But we are, I think, in this list, we are playing 50 and 50 because we have also a strong start with an artifact white land and Glint Oak. This is something the deck is really strong doing, for
So
example.
some players,
Yes.
other streamers, are trying to cut even further the mana curve. So they do not play any 3 mana value spell. So they are trying to play lists with just 1 and 2 drops. So with the idea that you want to be able to play Synthesizer on turn 3 and be able to cast any spell you may reveal with Rally. If there is anyone in the chat, since we are still fine tuning, please also let us know if the audio volumes are okay or if someone is too high or too low, so that we can fine tune these.
And also, we can take a couple of seconds to say hi to Matteo. So, hi, Patty. Welcome to the stream. It's a while but hopefully tonight we will have fun together. And this time, so before start playing, Vito, do you want to speak a little bit about the sideboard? This is something I haven't focused yet during my homeworks that you can see here. I have some homeworks done. Yes, yes. So if you want to speak about a little bit about the sideboard while maybe we are waiting for more people to join, and then
Yeah,
we can start.
so we expect a lot of affinity decks at the moment. So we play a couple of Dust to Dust, which exile two target artifacts. So this is a very strong spell to cast in the early turns. We don't want to play too many copies of this because at the end we still have an aggro plan. But we also have a couple of Revoke Existence. So there are going to be a lot of fairies around. Who you be or you are. So this is why we play a place like 4 copies of Pyroblast and 2 additional Electricaries. Relic of Progenitus is helpful against Affinity as well, because we have to deal with Blood Fountain, which can be problematic, but also in some ways against new Pinger Storm decks. And Lord Missionary is just for aggro decks. We want to have some options to gain life. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We expect a meta game with a lot of affinities, fairies, and Rakdos Storm.
Yeah, like a very interesting choice here, as you said before, is the presence of Dusk to Dusk. So like Dusk to Dusk is not a new card. It's quite an old card actually, but showed up only recently. I think in the last 4, 6 months, would say, when basically the presence of Affinity was so strong to ban the meta basically. So they had to include this very strong card, but it was not an immediate inclusion before. Am I right?
Yeah, it has been ignored for a while. I remember I bought some copies of this card many years ago. Never played it. Then after the bridges were printed, of course, Affinity has faced is basically leaving a new youth with these lands that provide just so much consistency, and there is no gorilla shaman around anymore that was keeping in check this archetype. So now we cannot just destroy these lands; we have to exile them, and this is why I think it's a good idea to play Revoke Existence that will exile just one target artifact rather than you know spells that can destroy a couple of artifacts. So, for example, Ancient Grudge. We don't have green in this deck, but in general, people are trying to exile artifacts for this reason. So
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, please go on.
yeah, I was thinking about just starting the league so we can
Yeah.
be
So we
paired
just
in the
start
meantime.
and
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah, let's see.
no, come on! Don't tell me
Huh.
the day has come.
The day has come. Are we out of tickets?
Oh, what? I never, I never imagined this could happen. So I don't have 10 tickets, right?
But one thing that we can say in the meantime is we are almost close to 50 followers.
Oh,
So yes, so we are close to 50 followers, and when we get to 50, we can start getting subs, especially for people that are following and have Prime, Amazon Prime. They can give us a free sub, and so maybe they can help us playing some leagues and keep producing content. That would be
yeah.
really
So
nice.
I'm sorry because I played a couple of leagues this weekend. I was testing my pet deck. There is going to be space for this deck in the upcoming weeks. But yeah, I didn't realize I was uh, I was running out of money
That's money.
and
Yeah, well,
tickets.
that happens to everyone. Happens to
Yeah, I'm purchasing the other tickets. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. So what about the deck that we are playing? Like, I think we can cover a little bit more while we are buying some tickets.
Yeah, we just have to wait for the bot to
Yes.
deliver. Yep.
So just to maybe the late follower, today we are playing Kuldotha Boros, a new version that also plays experimental synthesizer. It's a really hard card to pronounce, but yes, that's it. It's a new addition from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. This card is amazing. I think it can actually like allow you to play one card basically from exile, and you can also recycle the card, bounce the card back to hand, and every time the card enters or leaves the battlefield, allows you to exile the first card of your deck and then play it that turn. So while this is not as strong as maybe, or like not as strong as, I think it's something quite I would say a little bit maybe too pushed to say, but let's say just is not Galvanic Relay is similar to Galvanic Relay, but allowing us to play one more card per turn. Basically, it's almost like a draw spell, and for one red mana is really strong. And this deck actually, as what the deck works, and this makes it similar to other mid-range deck in this case, is this pile of efficient spells that allows us to draw a lot of cards, get advantage, and draw the opponent in our advantage. So as we said, like we are both playing Artifact to enable Metalcraft. We have a lot of burn spells in terms of Galvanic Blast and Lightning Bolt. We enable Metalcraft. We provide fodder for Kuldotha Rebirth, and also like the whole strategy is like, hi, welcome to the stream.
There is another Matteo in chat.
Yes, there is another Matteo in chat.
Welcome
to the stream.
Ciao, Matteo. So this guy, yeah, get ready because we are going to see his name floating around with the project. We had a conversation yesterday with Matteo. For those of you who don't know him, it's actually the Paupergeddon 2020 winner in Milan, and he's also very passionate about Pauper and with a strong, interest also for data science. So you can definitely expect some collaborations with him. I'm sure he will bring a lovely contribution to the project. So I really can't wait to work with you, Matteo.
Yeah, we are really thrilled about it. Yeah. So let's start.
Yeah, we cannot until.
Oh, you still have to finish the purchase. Okay.
I mean, the purchase is being.
So you're waiting for the bot. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. So yeah, as I was saying, like this deck plays a lot of cantrips and forms of bounce.
Maybe you can remind
You're showing me
sorry.
now. I think no.
Maybe you can remind
Yes.
our followers. Our followers where they can follow us in the meantime.
Yes, I will also send it to the chat so you can follow this link tree. You can follow us on Twitch as we are here. You can follow us on Telegram, join our Discord channel. You can follow us on Instagram, in which we publish some nice arts and giving credits to the original artist, of course. And you can follow us on YouTube, and soon we will have our old videos on YouTube also as a backup. And
in the meantime, the Instagram project, in case you want to follow. So we are just posting some artworks vectorized. So there are some Pauper pills with fancy statistics, and then you can also access the full the full art version, very fancy if you're looking for a new Pauper
wallpaper or something like exactly. You can use these really nice pictures as a wallpaper and remember us every time you see. That's really cool. Yes.
All right. So yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. We can start now.
So one thing, as we are starting, I will try to comment. We will split the streaming in this way. Vito will focus more on playing, as we said. We saw last time that if he's also reading the chat and interacting a lot, is slow down the gameplay, and we already lost once from the timer, so let's try to avoid this time. I will, as I said, focus more on the chat, try to engage, and hopefully have some nice laugh. I will also interact with Vito. We will try to have like a commentary playing role in this case. Another thing, a really nice activity that we can do as soon as the game starts is we can try to guess, or of course with Vito, what the opponent is playing, and maybe we can ask him to show us the sideboard, and hopefully we can figure out a side before the end of the game one. And if we can figure out the side, then we can discuss it with Vito, and as always, decide and play together. So with this intro, I think as soon as we find an opponent, we can start.
Yeah, let's see if
I will
someone...
try to exactly. I will try to not lose details. Of course, following both chat and following the what happens in the game is kind of hard. But I will do my best. We will do our best, and let's go.
All right, match number 1. Let's start.
Let's start. So, what we have here in our opening.
So this is we don't have any white mana source, so this is a mulligan. There is no draw we can have.
Exactly. Yes.
This is a one-hand land, again, no white mana. It's again a mulligan. Oh my god.
Opponent did a mulligan, so let's try to find the white source. Oh, this is another mulligan. I think we should. Vito here is kinda tricked into mulligan 2, 3 cards.
Yeah, not our greatest start. We need to...
No, it's not the greatest start. Hopefully we can see the second land and start playing Golden Egg that also can fix mana. We have to remember that, and let's see. It would be an art matchup, I think, starting with this opening, but nothing better than this. Okay, we see opponents playing the Epicure, creating a blood token. This is something new from last couple of sets. Innistrad especially, so the blood token allows your opponent to discard cards, sacrifice, and draw. This could be.
This is just Bard, probably.
Mono red, exactly.
Oh, yeah. No way.
Wait. This is a spicy list. Is this one playing the Oh, this one is playing the Kuldotha.
We are in a mid. Yeah, it's a mirror. Some kind of mirror.
So we saw the second land. Nice. Opponent is already quite far ahead, unfortunately. I think he risked this one. Maybe he had white mana spare to play something else, but I think he revealed and exiled from top something to play. I don't know if he played Treven from top, but this is what I was saying before. So the possibility to play Synthetizer, exiling a card, and then playing from the top is really, really a strong possibility.
I will go for Wellspring in case we draw Kuldotha Rebirth, because we would love to produce tokens and then try to trade them with their goblins. So Munitions is also a decent card, but yeah, the opponent is going to outrace us probably. We had a terrible start. Let's see.
Yes. Munition in this case, seeing Munition in early game against a mirror, I think is a really strong card. The problem in this case, unfortunately, is that we had this bad start, mulliganing to 3 cards, and of course, like fixing mana in that case is quite hard. Now we see the sideboard. So in the sideboard, I will read the cards out loud, and then we can maybe chat help us to decide a side against mirror match. So we have Dust to Dust in 2 copies, 2 Electricity, 3 Lone Missionaries, 4 Pyroblast, 2 Relic of Progenitus, and 2 Revoke Existence. So what about this sideboard? We are already conceding, I see.
Yes. Yeah, we are dead on board, and there was another land miss.
So in this case, we had no time to decide the sideboard before, but maybe let's try to think about it together. So Vito, what about the sideboard? What do you think?
All right, so I don't think it makes sense to play Dust to Dust. The opponent is probably having many non-artifact lands, and it has no artifact creature, so it's not a super strong card. Yeah, here it may make sense to play Electricity just to wipe opponent's Goblin. I'm not sure we want to play it on Missionary because they still cannot block all the flying creatures. So I can see cutting one probably Lightning Bolt and one Golden Egg or Wellspring because we are playing against a Swarm deck. So yeah, I would go this way.
Seems a fair choice, I think. What about Lone Misery? No? Isn't a card that you want to include to play some attrition game?
So it's just to, I mean, we can gain some life, and it's going to be tough. I mean, harder to swing for lethal with already the peasants, but it's still a card that doesn't make any helpful blockers against flying creatures. So I don't think it's a great addition.
It makes sense. So
We may consider Relic in case we want to exile Rally the Peasants from the opponent's graveyard, because we expect him to play Rally. But I would rather try to wipe the board. So I would go this way.
Okay, so a light choice in this case. We are not forcing too much from the sideboard, playing only 2 Electricity, and then let's see what happens. So for people on the chat, please let us know if audio is okay, if you can hear us.
Mirko, keep an eye on your webcam. You just appeared.
Oh, I'm sorry. Something happened.
So in the meantime, we kept this land, which also is not ideal. But yeah, I still have a couple of draws. So
I'm sorry if you see something confusing now. I think I'm back. No, I'm not back. Yes. I need to position myself again. It's quite hard.
We're still drawing other beautiful lands.
Okay, here I am.
But this is a super classic. Sometimes you mulligan to 4, sometimes just draw.
Yes. So I'm sorry if I disappeared. Happened also yesterday. My cam sometimes tricked me. So what we have here, the opponent is playing 2 Trouble Inspectors, putting on the board some not pressure but some blockers, and we are drawing a lot of lands. In this case, in this list, we don't have any cycle land that could have helped this case, I think. But what we can do is just like trying to get some mana on the board, maybe crack the clue. We are already in Metalcraft, is not a big problem. Isn't here is what it is playing. The opponent is attacking, I think, to dish some damage. We see. Let's see what happens. So Vito choose to stop and block one of them. And okay. So opponent plays Fisher, bouncing one of the Trouble Inspector that probably they will play again. Yes. And Vito is, I think, waiting to crack the clue. Okay, with clue, Electricity. Not helpful in this case, but still a good card to have and save in our hands in case something big comes into play. We can also use Trickery with some blockers to, like, force Trickery with some blockers to kill opponent creatures if we can dish some damage. So now it's playing his own Fisher.
Yeah, and we're going to bounce Golden Egg just to have an extra draw.
Okay, as you can see here, it tried to optimize the sequencing with lands and creatures, as 2 bounce can be detrimental if taking back to hand too much stuff. But I think here's sequence right. So
our Sky Fisher
is Fisher with the Lightning Bolt and cracked 1 clue.
Same fate.
Okay, it is interesting. He played Red Vexors. What do you think he's playing? Is he playing some
So you may have
spicy thing from the sideboard.
so it can be Omen of the Dead to have some kind of recursion from the graveyard. It can be Neil Spellbomb. Or yeah, these are my bets.
Interesting. So Neil Spellbook or Omen of the Dead. So enchantment or artifact. Well, I mean, Omen is nice, but okay, we are also playing a couple of enchantments.
I don't think there is going to be
yes.
any need to remove creatures
no.
with Galvanic Blast, so I prefer drawing a card now.
Exactly. So playing Golden X to draw, fixing mana in this point of the game is not essential. We fish some damage, and our little bird is dead. We have a synthesizer, so
We will keep on killing each other flying creatures. Nothing crazy about this.
Fancy, exactly.
Yeah, let's see what we hit.
So let's spin the wheel. Let's see what synthesizer reveals in this case. And we exiled
Awesome.
Talk. That's awesome because it can be played and get synthesizer back. It will exile another card. It can be anything. And at this point, we have enough mana to play any card that we draw. It's a land. Very nice. I think we can actually play it, yes. So we also have another land. We are a little bit loaded in our hands, but I think we are in a good shape. I can see opponent has 5 cards in hands, so still it can pose a lot of threats at the moment. What about this? What do you think it will be your line of play here, Vito?
I think we can just Galvanic Blast the Glintok and because if we play Synthesizer, we may not have red mana to play the spell we exile. So I will just
remember that you can fix color with egg. In case you can change 1 mana to another 1 color.
Yeah, this is also true.
Let's see what's Vito's choice in this case. So opponents want to bolt Glint Oak.
Yeah, so just
and bolt in response. Okay, so cracking the egg to gain some mana, some life, using it as a food token, introducing Throne of the Drain, this nice artifact that allows us to pay 2 mana to gain 3 life. Oh, again, sorry, I'm very sorry for my webcam. Today it looks like it doesn't want to collaborate with me. It keeps crashing.
Raben Race is real.
Raben Race is real, as we can see. Now I also activated the Wi-Fi. I could lag a little bit, but let's see. We am back. Sorry if you see some delay.
So we can go for Kuldotha Rebirth, cracking Synthesizer, I think.
Yes, so this is a cool option. Cracking Synthesizer, we can exile 2 cards. I have a choice here. In this case, Vito will choose to play Traveler Inspector, making another clue, playing the land from the top, not wasting the card he exiled. And so sometimes when you exile the land, you can also just decide to let it being exiled. In this case, that was another choice that was able to be made in this case, also because Vito has already 3 other lands in his. So this I think is still like a decent choice. Now another removal.
I did a small misplay. I passed the
combat step.
Yeah, I wanted to crack clue and step. Yeah, there was a misclick. Sorry. So now we have Rally the Peasants. Electricity is going to kill both goblins. So we have to be careful here.
Let's see. Opponent has 4 cards in his hand, and 5 mana available. He's keeping up his mana, so it passed without playing anything. And then let's see now what will be the line of play. Vito's thinking.
So we are in a similar board state. If we attack with Traben, other Trabens can block without dying, and the same is for goblins, because they can be they will not be able to trade with the opponent's Traben. So I don't think it makes sense to go first.
What about attacking, letting block with Traben, and then firing Electricity to kill also Traben?
But we will lose our goblins. So either we swing, hoping for not to be blocked, and then go for lethal. So we did 6 mana. In this case, we can do it.
But sorry, you said that we are losing our goblins. For what reason? If you're swinging only with the 2 Traben, for example.
But it doesn't make sense to swing with Traben and play Electricity, because we will kill goblins, right?
We will kill goblins.
Our goblins.
No, it's only opponent's creatures. It's all creatures that you don't control.
You're right. So you want to use 1 rally to kill those Trabens?
Nah, not even rally. I think you can also just swing with your 2 Traben Inspector. If you block with this Traben Inspector, is losing the entire board. And this will basically put you in a really, really advantageous point in this case.
So now the question is whether...
Double blocking. Interesting.
Okay.
Do you think he is melt Electricity?
So the question is whether he has prismatic strands or not.
If he has prismatic strands, at some point he will.
But this deck should not have it. So now we can try to set for a final swing. Let's see if he's able to produce enough blockers. So let's make some math. We can swing for 3 creatures. Each of them is going to be 5, but we expect some removal. So in theory, we may have 15 damage on board from tokens.
You can also swing with Robin.
Yes, but it will be blocked. So this one will be blocked.
What about firing Lightning Bolt now?
Yeah, to the face.
If you fire Lightning Bolt now, you are lethal. No. If you also kill the creature, you are lethal.
So yeah, it depends. It depends on if he has removals or not, which he probably is going to have. But okay,
he's probably going to have removal.
Let's try.
So in this case, Vito will try to close the game with one of the finisher of the deck, is Rally the Peasant, allowing basically to pump the creature 2 times, flashbacking it, giving it +4/+0. Of course, we are a little bit vulnerable to removal, and if opponents see removal in this case, or for example, something like prismatic strand, we are probably.
So there is a blast.
Back. There is a blast there.
Another one.
Blast. It was probably saving blast to kill us, and in this case, forcing. I think this is was a really interesting choice, because now the opponent is at 7. He has only 2 cards in hand, and he has 12 damage less to.
Oh, we may have won on the spot.
We can have a winning here. Let's show it to the chat.
Because we have 5 artifacts in play, and this should be enough to win.
Of course, now Vito can tap 1 land.
Okay.
So he saw Makeshift Nation.
So what was uncertain in this game 2 was so we didn't know if the opponent was going to side out its Kuldotha Rebirth, because yeah, this really depends on the kind of list he's playing. So yeah, playing Electricity was a little bit risky because there were chances it was a dead card. But now we know that he has goblins. Of course we still don't know if since we have played Electricity, he will side out Kuldotha Rebirth right now. I don't think so, and I think I will just resubmit this deck list.
Okay, so I had a feedback from our dear friend Gabriele. He's saying that my microphone has a little bit of an echo. I don't know if we can fix it or if we have to use it as it is. My microphone, you're taking the audio in, should be correct. I am speaking with the correct one, so I think we are okay. But yeah, no one wrote anything in the chat. I was hoping for someone giving us feedback on the audio in this case, but let's keep rolling. If someone's now show up and maybe write something, please let me know. Let us know if you can hear us clearly, you can see us, and any feedback is very well appreciated. So we have some downtimes. What about this game 3? How is your feeling?
Yeah, as you,
It didn't show any prismatic strands.
I can, yeah. So now I'm also not hearing you very nicely.
Oh, really?
Your voice is not crispy as usual, Mirko. Sorry.
My voice is. Oh, I'm sorry.
Right.
Let me try. Let me try
Wait,
the
wait,
old
wait,
way
wait,
to
wait, wait.
unplug the mic and replug the mic.
Allontanati dal microfono. Don't know what the opponent is doing. Mirko, can you
Can
you
you
say
now?
something? Okay, I can hear you. Not the. Okay, all right. So this is and we can keep. We can play Trabant turn 1.
Yeah, strong and classical Travelton one play in this case. We have Travel Inspector, um, and then Golden Egg, Boros Garrison, Rally the Peasant, Plain, and double Galvanic Blast. So we are quite far yet from being a Metalcraft. Opponents is racing Metalcraft. In this case, it's already there. But
So the opponent
we're
hasn't
missing
played
red
any.
at the moment. He hasn't played anything yet. So we will raise the Travel Inspector best race ever.
Oh, Revoke Existence. I was not expecting this card, and to be honest, I'm not super pissed by Revoke Existence. I think it's okay for it to be there. So I'm gonna kill Glintok right now.
Yes, so killing Glintok here allows us to put on the board Boros Garrison and start trying to race with our Glintok maybe next.
We'll go with the Galvanic Blast just in case a Skyfisher pop-ups
Yes.
later.
Also, I think we are a little bit far from being the Metalcraft, so I think that was the best choice. We had some options, but playing it, I think. With your opponent playing Eagle Westspring and then some tap lands to gain life, we have our own Eagle Westspring in this case that is going played, allowing us to draw and maybe have some fodder for a later Kuldotha Rebirth. Here, Glintok is going to enter the battlefield and bounce one of our artifact back. We are taking the drawy one first.
Let's see if he has some threats. Oh, strangely, he doesn't play any creature.
Not yet, not yet. He hasn't played any creature yet.
All right, so let's see how we want to use mana this turn, because we're going to play Ichor Wellspring for. Yeah, maybe we can just do the easiest thing. So just replay the same turn as before. So yeah, just in talk. Let's create another threat, and later we can just crack Kuldotha Rebirth. Let's just
I think this is a safe choice. In this case, Vito is going through the safe route, is not, say, like focusing too much on generating metalcraft and maybe trying to get it as a is a makeshift munition. What they say? What they see there?
Yes, it is. So it means yeah, it means our goblins are going to be put in check by.
Yeah, but he has to sacrifice some artifacts in order to do that, and it will reduce his own mana count. So in this case, could also be a choice just to offer the opponent something he has to deal with.
Do we want to bait? Like, yeah, I mean, we can. Yeah, why not? I don't see why we shouldn't.
Now we are in Metacraft, and if you do that now, you will be out of Metacraft. But I think in this case could be a good choice, even if this one is slowing down Kuldotha. Sorry, is slowing down Galvanic Blast to deal its maximum amount. So now opponent has different choices.
We can draw a card, but then we will have to discard.
Yes, exactly.
Um, yeah, I think we can get rid of one rally, to be honest, but we are also not in a super hurry, so yeah, let's not bother about this mana right now.
Okay. So choosing to lose the mana to not go into discard and saving maybe rally the peasant for later. We see now your opponent. Oh, this is strong choice from the opponent. Is playing dust to dust to remove our artifact lands.
But
We are
this is
still
I don't think this is a very effective choice, and let me
no
explain why.
exactly.
We really don't care about um having a like very high mana curve, right? So we would be, oh, this is not good news for our opponent.
Not use. So we basically have almost a mirror board, but we have some flyers. We have goblins, and we just drew electricity. That is insanely strong in this case. The choice is to fire it before declaration of blockers in order to have all damage dished out. Opponent can still kill one of our creatures as it's going to do, but we are quite in a nice spot. Okay. Is he choosing to sacrifice his own Travel Inspector?
Doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, doesn't want to do it. Exactly. Now we can show our own makeshift munition. We don't have any artifact yet, though. It's, I think, a good option at this point.
Yeah, I should have probably played this before combat to sacrifice the token he was targeting with his own munition. So this was another misplay from my side.
Yeah, a couple of misplay, but I think nothing too relevant for the flow of the game. So opponent plays synthesizer of his own, exiling Echo Westspring, and then playing it, allowing him to draw and putting him up to 3 cards in his hand.
So synthesizer is of course a nice target for synthesizer. Sorry, for munitions. Yeah, nothing we can do to deal with this. It is tapped out, so it's time to do some math because we have 5 mana open. The opponent is at 12. We may play rally. So we can remove Traben and swing with the rally. So it's going to be 10 damage, right?
Thanks, Cian63. Welcome to the chat. And yes, the pen is on the table. Absolutely.
So one goblin is going to be blocked. It's gonna be 4 damage from Glintok and 3 from the other goblin, so for a total of 7. And then we're going to have still 3 bolts, so we may go to face like this the next turn. So I think this can be an interesting line. What if we kill what if we kill with Galvanic Blast Traveling Spectre? It's going to be 3 damage from each goblin, so 6 plus Glintok. It's gonna be 4, so 10, and then it's gonna be lethal with the lightning bolt, right?
Also Fairy, yes. So, pardon me if I'm wrong, but do we have in the chat Filippo now? I don't remember Twitch username. You have to pardon me.
Yeah, I think
so please write in the chat if it's a yes or if it's a no. You're not obliged to reveal your identity, of course, and we should keep it as also a game. I have to guess people that we know. Yes, it's Mid Valley. Thank you. Welcome back again. As you see, you came here to see good play, bad jokes, and beautiful bodies.
we did it, guys.
We did it, guys. So first game of the league, 1-0 against Mirror Match. A little bit different than our list. For example, it was also playing the new red card from Innistrad, namely the Voldaren Epicure.
Yes.
Produce blood tokens.
True.
And deal some damage, but let's see now what we have in the second game.
So we didn't
Yes,
discover
please,
what was the reason for black mana actually.
No, we did not.
We will never know.
Did not, and we will never know. So as now Phil is in the chat, and I see now finally the chat is getting populated. I see 6 people online at the moment. Please, we will play a game while Vito is focusing on choosing his starting end. Good play, good joke. Experimental synthesis is going to change the format. Oh yes, of course it is. It is. We already saw it. It's like an amazingly strong card.
Yeah, especially for Rakdos Storm.
Yes, especially. So now we will do something together as Vito is choosing his starting end. And as soon as we guess what we are playing against, Vito will show us his sideboard and we can think about it together, what to side for a game 2 and hopefully only game 2 or game 3.
Yeah, I'm not brave enough to keep that hand. This one is a mulligan as well.
Okay, so what we see here, we see another mulligan in this case, so mulligan into 4 cards.
Why every game does to start like this? So no time for rally.
I think this one is a borderline keepable ends with Ancient Den, Koskei Fisher, Travel Inspector that can be played on turn 1, Makeshift Munition in this case put down, of course, and Golden Egg to fix mana in case we see colorless producing land.
So do you know what is this, Mirko? We just mentioned it.
Ancient Den.
This is Rakdos. This is very likely Rakdos Storm. Yes, it's going to be incredibly hard.
Let's rock it then. Let's see.
Yeah, it's.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see you suffering.
you can have fun with the sideboard because it's going to be very complicated to play against this deck.
Yes. So what we have in our sideboard, I will read the list again. If you, of course, you can read it by your own on here that you can see on screen. But we have 2 Dust, 2 Electricity, 3 Low Missionary, 4 Pyroblast, 2 Relic of Progenitus, and 2 Revoke Existence. So please let us know what you think about siding in and out in this case. I don't remember. I have to ask Vito. Can we share the list that we are playing at the moment?
You mean in chat?
In chat. We have some nice commands, some fancy things.
No, there are no fancy commands because Stream Decker is is
Okay, wait, Vito, we have from the chat a good suggestion from our dear
but
Matteo
wait,
that
am I wrong?
says
Am I wrong or
against a Beast Storm, 2 Relic, 3 Missiony, and 2 Revoke, probably.
yeah? So what are the target for? So you basically want to crack which kind of artifacts? I'm curious to know, Matteo. But is
So
there, I think there is an
let's
issue
see.
with the interface. We are sorry, guys, because your comments are not being
Not shown in the
displayed,
chat yet.
right? So
Yes.
yeah, I'm not sure I will be able to fix this right now as we play.
Don't worry. I can do as the same thing that I do with my grandma. I can just read it loud for you. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
sorry, there is an issue with Streamlab. We were having issues also with the animations and all the dummy things.
Yes. So guys, we are sorry if some of you followed us now or recently. We are appreciate that very much. At the moment, we are a little bit short on technology. We will fix it as soon as we can. Thanks. So what we have now, Vito is sitting on one land and a clue token. Opponent is doing a lot of stuff apparently.
Let
So he
me
cracked a bunch of artifacts. He produced 2 treasure token, and let us Vito now explain what happened in these couple of rounds that we lost.
I will go grab some popcorns while he plays Rakdos Storm. Now, but so honestly, yeah, let's focus on game 2 and 3. So the for those of you who are not familiar with Rakdos Storm, you will just accumulate a big storm count. Then he will play opponent will play a galvanic relay, exile a bunch of cards from the top of his library, and then he will actually kill us in the following turn by relying on a pinger creature. So these the decks usually play 4 pinger. It's usually the new Kessig Flame Breather. So I do not expect to see also Firebrand Archer. It has a very reliable engine thanks to this Feldon's Cane Blade main deck. So this is the reason why he can very safely exile all these cards. Sorry, play all these cards because he will be able to eventually sorry reshuffle them into the deck. So
So,
so
sorry, Vito, we have a suggestion from the
yeah.
chat. John Blockamy is trying to explain why the choice of 2 Relic, 3 Missionary, and 2 Revoke. So, it's saying the Storm heavily leans on deadly disputes, and sometimes you are short on artifacts, so removing them, it's a good idea if we don't have other good plans. And our best scenario is to have removal for Kessig and railing for both slowdown rides and disable the red one and Cab. So thanks for the suggestion first, and then maybe we can discuss it. So I think Vito can't see the chat, so I think it could be a
I
little
can
bit
see the
hard
chat.
for
I can
him.
see the chat.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So thanks, Matteo. There is an issue now. I cannot see it anymore. Come on, OBS. Yeah.
Good luck. Probably is a very bad matchup. Yeah, probably it is. We are seeing now that Vito basically is just waiting his demise, and opponents is doing a lot of stuff. Now he played the Kessig. So do you want Vito now explain what this new card is? This is a recent addition, right?
So this is yeah, just don't think there is a reason to not kill Cast or at least try to kill Kessig right now. And let me also open a window with the opponent's hand. So this is a yeah exile card. You can play this turn. So this Flame Breather is able to deal 1 damage to each opponent for every non-creature spell the opponent plays. So which is basically the vast majority of his deck. And you will just play all these spell, add mana draw, and in the meantime he's going to deal lethal damage. So I will take the chance just to try to reset my chat at least. But no.
So we saw from opponents now playing uh, another Kessig and start throwing spells to draw more cards, and cycle through what he has in his hand. So again, we are sorry if we have some issues with webcams today and the chat. We will test it soon this week, and hopefully we will be back with a nice and flawless stream for every one of us to enjoy.
Was trying to check if I was able to read the chat from somewhere else, but apparently I cannot. Yeah, I'm sorry. Please keep me updated on what Matteo
Yes,
says,
absolutely.
because I
It's
know he's
something
been playing a lot this deck recently.
exactly. So we were talking about it yesterday, and he said that this is a very strong deck at the moment. I never actually played it, so I don't know if you Vito played it already. If you
No,
tested
not
it
yet.
on MTGO, yeah. This I think could be a nice target for one of our next stream, maybe. I don't know, playing a combo deck in stream could be a little bit tricky, especially if we want to explain what we are doing. But nevertheless, should be fun.
Yeah, I'm very annoyed by not being able to read your chat. My widget crashed.
Yeah.
And
So let's see. We have a storm count of 18 at the moment. And opponent is still chaining stuff.
I think we are dead now.
We could be dead.
All right, so can you please remind me what was the sideboard? I guess it's
Yes.
a relic.
So Matteo was suggesting 2 relic, 3 missionary, and 2 revoke to try to slow down opponents exiling rights and cabal, for example, and then trying to short him out of artifacts.
Sorry, lone missionary or dust to dust?
No, 3 missionary, 2 revoke, and 2 relic.
Okay.
Could be that dust to dust in this case is excluded because it could be a little bit slow.
Let's see. So we want to still be able to be very quick. So we want to keep rally, I guess.
Okay, so your line of play that you choose here is having something to deal with this stuff, while also trying to put some pressure. So playing maybe rally in this case as an early damage dealer, also to slow him down and maybe preventing him to play too much of his juicy draw lose life cards.
Yeah, I'm not
But
sure about this rally the peasants, if we should keep it or not.
so how many cards do you
I
have in
think I have the feeling we should. Because one of our options to win this game is to resolve an early Kuldotha Rebirth, for example, turn 2 or 3, and then just swing for lethal. So we need to take 2 spells out. Munitions is probably not
yes,
ideal.
so Matteo is saying probably via munition, they are a little bit slow,
Yeah.
and maybe low missionary is not so effective because we have enough removal actually.
Yeah, so
I think
let's
the choice here is cutting munition and maybe trimming one of the missionary.
let's try this. I'm not sure about lone missionary, to be honest.
Yes.
But it can be indeed a beater. So this end
Yes, it
is
can. Yes, it can. Yeah, and also Matteo, I see you switching to Italian in chat. Don't worry, just write whatever you feel most comfortable with, and we will also we are just speaking English as we said yesterday to try to involve and open up a little bit more to the community, but it's not a problem for us, so don't worry. We will also, as I just done, I will just read the message to loud to Vito in English, so it's not a problem. Thank you very much for your suggestion. So we decided to keep this hand with 2 synthesizer, 1 land, 2 Skyfisher that at the moment we can't play, and
yeah.
1 lightning,
So
and 1 blast. So we have 2 removals. Nice. I think
so
this is a
it's a risky keep. The reason why I kept this hand is because at least we have some removals, which is one option to deal with this. So I hope to see a land now. Okay, so this rally was not ideal to be exiled. Yeah, it's tough. Now we can try to play Kuldotha Rebirth.
an early Kuldotha Rebirth to
Yeah,
apply
and
pressure.
put some pressure, but
Yes, yes, it's a good option. So opponent plays a new card. This one allows him to exile and play it until the end of his next turn, if I'm not wrong. Am I right? Yes, exile the top 2 cards. So he's exiling the top 2, and then he can play them late.
Yeah, I mean, what
So
can we
the
do?
land is still not showing gap, but maybe if we sacrifice Synthesizer here, also applying pressure, and we can excite the first, oh, we see a nice tap land. So now we will also have another land drop for next turn. This is really interesting in this game.
So now we can play, we can actually play a rally.
Yes, so opponent plays his own Synthesizer, exiling Kessig, and he has 2 black mana now that he can play. 2 mana that he can spend. He has 1 red mana in pool, not spent yet. So guys, as I see now, we have currently more viewers than before. I will just throw in chat our link tree. So if you want, you can follow us. You can see from this link that they just typed in chat. My username is Evilai Minis. You can see here in following the tree our socials. You can join our Discord. We have YouTube that you can follow, and Telegram to get notification every time we go online. That usually is Tuesday night from up at 9 CET to midnight. So Matteo is saying if this turn it doesn't, if this turn opponent is not doing anything, then land rally, and if we draw, we can do rally plus bolt, and we can send him to the moon.
Yeah,
Literally
it's true.
translated. Yes.
Now we have to pay respect, unfortunately, to Cassie. So because with this in play, yeah, everything is going to be much slower because we may have to remove Kasich with Lightning Bolt, and this means we cannot also rally the peasants this turn.
Exactly.
So yeah, very annoying. Not sure,
So
Matteo.
opponents is cutting his own life to draw more cards. He has available 1 red and 1 black mana. He played another. No, he played another Lotus Petal. This and Cracking Petal now to a total of 2 black and 1 red is also now playing Cabal, adding a total of 5 and 1. Cutting down to sacrifice with Deadly Dispute, drawing him, producing treasure. He is now.
So the question is whether, so regardless of the huge galvanic relay that I guess it's going to arrive very soon, we should think about whether we want to rally the peasants right now or just resolve Keswick Flame Breather. So the problem with yeah, it's complicated because I guess he's going to exile a bunch of other Flame Breather.
Yeah, so Matteo was saying basically that he thinks that in this turn is going to play relay, and probably it's what is going to happen soon. The storm count now is 16. He can exile and storm and play next turn.
Because the other option is to not actually play any spell in our turn and keep so red mana open for but now that I think of it, we don't have a Metalcraft, so Galvanic Blast will not be able to solve any next any flame breather he will be able to exile now. So this is also quite annoying.
Yes, but if we are not dead this turn,
yeah, exactly, because
this turn,
I think he has enough gas to kill us this turn without any relay.
Probably, yes. Matteo is saying that if we draw Relic now, we can maybe do it.
With six,
I think
yeah, 6 cards and 6 mana. Yeah, it's gonna be enough.
3 life, I think it's gonna be enough for our opponent to kill us. Let's see. Let's cross our fingers. Yeah. He's saying that at the moment he think that he's playing too much rights and maybe is too much committing into this. We are 2 life at the moment. He still has a bunch.
Okay, so let's see. So there are 2 Flame Breather here. And let's see how many rights. So there is a right of flame. So just let me open this window so we can actually check what is going to be his next turn. So there is right of flame, dark ritual, cabal ritual. We have a couple of lotus petal. So it will be definitely able to kill us. So
Unfortunately, in this case, we can't play both lightning bolt to kill his creature and then swing for lethal damage. But maybe we can keep him in check some way.
so he only has, at the moment, he only has one red mana from the treasure token, and he has a
Yes.
mountain exiled. So if we remove this Kessig Flame Breather, you will have to use one red mana to resolve the Rite of Flame, and another red mana to play the other Kessig Flame Breather, and from that start. He of course has still Lotus Petal to produce red mana. So my feeling is we should try to draw. Maybe that. I'm just wondering if there is some way out. Don't think so, but just thinking out loud with you. So how
Yeah,
can
well,
we?
if you keep the
Because
the Keswick there, I think we are dead anyway.
yeah,
So
so that
I think we have to remove the Keswick, and maybe with
yes.
the 2 mana that we have left, we can either play relay, sorry, synthesizer, and see if we eat
But
something.
what we would like to eat? So because I think a relic won't be enough. I think we are dead. There is no out right now. I think there is
Yeah,
no
well,
out.
yeah, could be. Like this is a very hard matchup for us. We don't have that much like this huge amount of removal. I think maybe here like the opening end also didn't help us in this case. But anyway, I think maybe trying to like really uh, see and calculate what we can do. Now synthesizer exiling. Uh,
Yeah, I was
Exciting
just curious to
and
know.
plants.
We still have only two uh, artifacts if we play this bridge. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
but if you play that bridge, you can't. No, because you don't have the mana necessary to that. Okay, now
yeah, I
exiling
don't.
one land from top. Okay, then swinging.
Yeah, I think we're dead. But
Yes, we should be dead anyway, but yeah, it was a little bit unlucky. Maybe seeing a removal and like fixing the mana in the correct with the correct sequencing at the beginning maybe could have helped us,
I
but
probably. So I
it's still
think
a very hard matchup.
yeah, but so the lessons learned is that against this kind of decks, you as usual you need to mulligan very aggressively. So you either find a piece to disrupt the combo, or otherwise it's going to be too hard to play the
But
game because they will be able to do.
Vito, as a feeling, we will probably see this kind of storm deck being very, I don't know, like be very played, like very famous and played, and soon people start figuring out new way to abuse again. Relay was a card not banned. Some people were expecting that ban, but it didn't happen. So I think in the near future we will see a strong presence of Storm, and the meta maybe will shift with some interaction for that. With this list of Kuldotha Boros, do you think is there out there some other cards that we can play to prevent him to win or at least slow it down enough to allow mid-rangey deck like our to have a chance? What do you think?
So this deck is incredibly solid because it has many recursion engine that make it that make it
disappear a second. Sorry.
make it harder to deal with it. So, for example, I played a game a couple of days ago, and I managed to resolve a turn one Relic of Progenitus, and still I lost, just because he was able to draw 2 copies of Feldon's Crane. So the moment I tried to exile, so the moment he, so yeah, as you can imagine, he tried to shuffle the graveyard into his deck. I activated Relic, and he activated the second copy of.
Basically, it was like a GAN standoff, but with Relic of Progenitus and Feldon's Cage.
But he had 2 copies of Feldon's
Oh,
yeah.
okay, so he
So,
was in a position of advantage.
What I'm trying to say, yeah, is that is tough. So, some cards would immediately shut down this archetype. So, for example, if you have a Keldon Marauders in place, you will gain 5 life for each artifact he cracks, but you will never be able to resolve Feldon Fangren Marauder.
You are speaking about Fangren Marauder.
Yeah, sorry. In
time. Yeah, exactly. Like this is a really fast deck. I mean, like it's a pure combo deck. No interaction, or at least like almost no interaction, and just like here, I want to win.
I even tried to destroy his lands with Cleansing Wildfire. So he's like Pit Bog and all the lands that give 2 mana. But yeah, I mean, you just slow down the combo by a couple of turns. If you have a slow deck, you won't be able to deal with it in any case. All right, so we're playing against the Love Crayons.
Let's start with our third game of the league. We are currently 1-1. 1 win, 1 loss. We open hand with a lot of lands. We see Rustblade Bridge, Plains, Boros Garrison, Lintok, Essenden, and Lightning Bolt.
It looks like today we won't be able to play with just 2 or 3 lands, so it's either 5 or 1.
Either 5 or 0, yeah. And Lintok, so Vito here decided to keep and giving priority to what opponent is playing. Oh, opponent plays Island and Fairy Miscreants. So what do you think is playing here? I have the feeling that he's playing a nice new mono blue.
And it's not this don't be exactly. I was just going to say these are snow covered lands.
It's a snow covered land, so it could. Oh yeah, it's you are okay. So it's playing Izzet Faeries.
Yeah.
Okay, so opponent played Ogre of Bolas, revealing counterspell. We now do Great Furnace, and Vito is pondering to play Glintok to apply pressure, or at least early pressure. So one thing that we can do here together, again, if Vito can show us the sideboard, we can maybe discuss again what we should side in and side out against Izzet Faeries. So you can see from MTGO the sideboard that we are playing. I will again read it out loud so everyone can be clarified in case cannot read correctly the cards. So we are playing 2 Dust, 2 Dust, 2 Electrically, 3 Lone Missionary, 4 Pyroblast, 2 Relic of Progenitus, and 2 Revoke Existence. And so chat, what about this side inside out? Meanwhile, while you are thinking about that, we get back to the game. So Vito played its copy of Glintok, bouncing Uncertain, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Played another fairy miscreant. One died from a lightning bolt. Am I right?
Yes. So I didn't want to let him resolve a turn 2 ninja, so I removed Miscreant as he was tapped out. While he was tapped out, and so Traben could just block Bolas if necessary. Now Glintok is a nice blocker for Miscreant. He will try to kill Glintok, I'm sure. So the problem with this hand right now is if we play Synthetizer, we won't be able to play any red spell. We may be able to flip. So yeah, not sure about doing it right now. We may just...
I think here we still have to remember that opponent cannot in this turn cast counterspell, is playing a lightning bolt to kill Glintok. Now he untapped, so he can potentially play another island to check us with a counterspell. He plays Ponder, and
Yeah, I'm just because
deciding to do
someone may be wondering why I didn't crack the clue. So why didn't I play one of these two lands to crack the clue? I just yeah, I just want to have one additional red source for the next turn, while at the same time bluffing a removal. So you won't be able to hopefully play a ninja lightheartedly, basically. So this is the idea, because you want to be able to play the ninja and also protect the ninja as it is right now.
Apparently, opponent didn't find anything interesting in the top of his deck, so he shuffled and he drew with Ponder. And also he played another snow-covered mountain, allowing him now to scred for 4, and not yet playing that counterspell that he has sitting in his hand. He currently have 3 cards, which one of these is counterspell. Now another Ogre of Bolas, revealing something for us. Yes, a scred. So yes, removal. We should remember it and play around it now. We see Synthesizer being played by Vito, exiling Primary Inspector, really nice. Can be played in this case to allow us to go in Metacraft and even cracking and still being in Metacraft case. Land drop has to be done.
Yeah, this is not a great start. We are not seeing any removal, so...
So I Fat Bro, thanks coming to chat, and he brought Grenzo with a mad face. I'm sorry if you just joined. Unfortunately, Vito can't see the chat.
No, I can see
Oh,
it
you can
very,
now?
but
Nice.
it's in a weird
So you're looking through it with OBS, I mean.
no, not with, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so Vito played another synthesizer that is going to be countered by Spell Starter. And an option to play is eggs. Opponent still has 2 mana open, 2 cards in hands, a counter spell that he revealed, and his copy of Scred. So his 2 cards are Scred and counter.
I don't want to play this Glintok right now. We're gonna produce a bait next turn, and then
yes, I think this is a solid choice in this case. So opponent drew his 3rd cards. Let's see. Combat swings with 2 Faeries. And
yeah, I finally drew ninja.
The ninja. We have no removal yet. We have no removal yet. Now he has counterspell, spell starter things, and spread. He has a quite solid hand, so we can maybe either try to force something now, playing Glint Oak, cracking a clue, or bolting one of his creature, remembering he has 2 counterspell potentially.
So he has a spell starter and counterspell, but he can't play both. So he can only counter at most 1 spell. We may force his counter or spell starter on the Glintok, but I think it's more important to resolve Glintok. So I would be rather playing Lightning Bolt on Aker. He will spell stutter, and then we want to resolve Glintok to have both a blocker and to be able to replace Synthesizer. So I will
remember he will probably also kill us with Scred that is sitting in his hand.
Yeah, but we want at least to be able to.
Yes, of course, replace Synthesizer, gain some kind
okay,
of
so
of course. I think this is the most intelligent line of play.
So we don't want to
play the most solid.
All right, so this turn we are not going to play Glintok. We want to play around Counterspell and Faeries. So we're going to draw 2 cards end of turn.
Opponent swing with a Miscreant, dishing out 1 damage, and end of turn cracks, revealing Rally the Peasant, and drawing Rally the Peasant from the top, cracking the second clue for Kuldotha. We have to keep in mind that at the moment we are sitting currently at 3 artifacts. So in order to be consistent, still be in Metalcraft and be able to play Kuldotha, we also, as Vito just did, played another Equal West Payment drawing Koskai Fish. So what's the option here, Vito?
So we can we will probably be able to resolve. So we have to choose between resolving Glintok and Kuldotha Rebirth, or so we can go either from the. So resolving this flyer is gonna be great. So we may try to play Kuldotha Rebirth and crack Synthesizer as a cost, so that it gets triggered in any case, even if or even better Wellspring. So yeah, I think we want to try to bait, or force. We want to force a counter, because these other flying creatures are much more effective against these fairies. So we want those creatures to not be countered instead. So we would love to see a counter here. This is perfectly fine for us. We're going to draw in any case.
So now opponent is sitting at 4 cardinals. We know 2 of them again. We know Scred and Counterspell. We also knew Spell Status.
Yeah, and now we can actually go for Glintok or Skyfisher. He still has a counter, so we may want to play both, and I think this is what I'm going to do. So that next turn we're going to probably resolve Rally and Kuldotha, or maybe let's do the opposite.
So let's see what Vito, how Vito wants to order its play, or at least get the most advantage from this line of play. So what about the sequencing here?
So because we have to play around 1 counter, so we can resolve only 1 among these 3 spells. And Corscape and Kuldotha Rebirth, I think is the weakest. So if we start with Kuldotha Rebirth, we may be able to get away with it. So I'm not. Yeah, I think it's yeah. Let's try to bait.
So as while Vito is thinking about this line of play, thanks for the people joining. I see now we have nine viewers, 9 concurrent viewers. Thanks for joining. We are also asking you if you want to type something in the chat and say hi, maybe first, and then what do you think? What do you think about the sideboard? So you can see on screen, this is the sideboard that we are currently playing, and what's your idea about side in and side out for this matchup? And if you want to also spend a few words, feel free. Otherwise, you can just also type, I don't know, like in, out, anything you want. So opponent's bounce is stutter, yes, for a ninja. Again, is keeping us in check with the ninja, drawing in a bunch of cards. This is a new addition from Neon Dynasty. What do you think about the new ninja, Vito?
Yeah, it's incredibly good. We will have to.
Is it a great card? Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like if you also have it foil full art, like mine that I'm showing now, it's really juicy and really nice. They smell like victory.
So there is no counter he can play right now, only spell starter, which is fine for us. So we can't deal with this, of course, but we can still resolve Skyfisher.
We can still be open for a Galvanic Blast that he just drew, Scott Fisher that can this point bounce again synthesizer and allowing us basically to draw like not draw exile one card that we can play this turn, and maybe we can also see another one. So we see here Glintok, and actually this is amazing because we can chain it again, creating more advantage. Playing Glintok, we exile Golden Egg, yes. Not essential at the moment. Vito can play it, of course. We also have another exile here with the Trouble Inspector. So now we have a couple of choices. What do you think about these two cards exiled? What
So
do you prefer?
yeah, they are not. They are both not great. Golden Egg is going to at least earn us some life. We want to deal with the Acker before he can. So wait a moment, because we still have a Raben to block it. So what I want to get, what I want to avoid here is for him to return too many creatures at the same time. So we have to think about which spell do we want to resolve right now. I think I still have to be open from Galvanic Blast. So yeah, let's play Golden Egg, buy some time and draw a card.
So all of this reasoning is also supported by the presence of Scred in opponent's hand and a counter spell. We played X, so during a card we can at some point gain some life in case necessary, or fix some mana. This is very relevant. So opponent now drew his fifth card, is tapping for 2 red, and is casting something. Just thinking.
Okay, so he's removing our creatures as we
Okay,
would.
so with fire, the mode fire of fire dice, he removes our Glintok, and also Scorpion Fisher. Am I right? He removed 2 cards?
Yes.
Because I think they skipped quite fast, like you were skipping with I can't do nothing, so he basically choosing to do whatever he wants at the moment. So opponent is attacking with 3 fairies, not dishing out any creature with ninjutsu. That's a good thing for us. And passing the turn, remaining up with 2 islands. Now here Vito has some choices. He has 2 removals, Rally the Peasant and Kuldotha Rebirth. So opponent decided to counter Synthesizer, not allowing us to draw more card. He still has a Scred in his hand and an island. How did he exile an island?
I just revealed with Ash Baron.
Oh, you revealed, okay.
This is a tough spot. So we can kill a couple of fairies to slow down his yeah, complicated. So I think we should try to kill
Also, I think he cannot type anything in the chat at the moment, but we also want to thank Stefano that is following us from the TD of his place. It's really nice setup. It looks like really relaxed. Thanks, Stefano, and I hope you are enjoying tonight's matches. Sorry. So Vito here decided to play Kuldotha Rebirth, making more tokens, is hoping maybe to be able to cast Rally the Peasant at some point.
yeah, so the idea is to try to go in at the first.
So he chooses violence, and his line of play in this case is play to play going wide. We see here one ninjutsu happened with the good old ninja. dealing us 2 damage, putting us to 7, and drawing a card for the opponent. Plays Ponder. Opponent is deciding whether if want to keep on top or shuffling and draw. We see that opponent shuffle his library and draws from Ponder, so probably he didn't like what he saw. Yeah, we still have some, we can have some information looking at what opponent decide to do with his top deck. We drew a land now. And I think here it is doing some math. Opponent is still up with 2 island and a mountain and 4 cards sitting. Everything. Decided to block also with the small ninja. Revenue inspector. Let's see if it less of resolve. Rally the peasant. Rally the peasant there resolves. Let's see if also the flag varies. So opponent is countering one of the activation, cutting us a lot of damage. We still have a bunch, putting down in 5. And killing, of course.
Yeah, probably as a bolt. But there was, I think, no reason to play around, and just was worthy to go for it and try.
Yeah. If opponent has 2 bolts, we are dead. He has 3 damage on the board at the moment, and 4 cards in his hands. We are still threatening him at the moment. If he decided to attack, we are little on the board. But we'll see. He's thinking. Opponent is taking time to think.
Alright, so he's not attacking, and this means it doesn't have...
Exactly. So he played another Fairy Miscreant to draw him another card. Potentially a burn spell. He played a land. And is art casting. Oh, is art casting the Fleet Admiral. So now opponent is the monarch. So
was not expecting this. We
not
can
expecting this. Yes. Oh, unfortunate draw of another land.
just do anything about this. I have to wait. What? Draw 2 cards and sighting. Hieroglyph Illumination. So he's not playing
So
the
the
traditional...
illumination, no, it's not playing the traditional list.
it's a
Here,
slower...
lower version. It's not a control version. It's playing too much creatures. He played a bunch of draw spell in form of Ponder, Hieroglyph Domination, and now we see him attacking with 2 fairies and his own ninja. Now Vito blocks ninja, of course. Only what we can do. Opponent stopping.
I think he has a bolt. He didn't play...
Dealing us 3 damage, is probably bouncing also his other phase for another ninja, so he has now 4 damage coming in.
Should be able to kill us with a bolt.
2 card, and if we draw a lightning bolt, we are dead. Miscreant drawing in another card. He's looking for that. Miscreant draw another card. Let's see.
Here you go. All right. So I'm not sure. Not sure this is a deck.
Sure.
It's a game for Kuldotha Rebirth. So we have to think about this, because it's going to be, yeah, very, very risky to...
So this is a game that is played in the air basically, because opponent has a lot of flying creatures, very efficient flying creatures. Of course, Vito here decided to sign in Pyroblast, and to counter his counter or remove his creature, opponent's creature. Of course, not signing in any aid for artifacts in this case, or enchantments. Rally the Peasant here could be a choice.
Yeah, so I think we have to side out something from this pile. So 6 cards from here. It can be about Kuldotha Rebirth itself, if we think we cannot safely enable and use rally due to counters, or if it's too risky to crack artifacts as costs for Kuldotha, or we can just try to stick to the plan and get rid of some artifacts, because we definitely want all these other spells.
Yes. So in this case, artifacts let us draw cards. Makeshift Munition is a great card against this deck, as we already saw in the previous matches playing early last week. Cutting down artifact here could be a little bit detrimental for us, not allowing us to draw many cards. Equal Wellspring is being sided out. Why Wellspring over Golden Egg?
At least this can draw some life if it is resolved. Yeah, I think
so you're choosing to give up a little bit of card value, like a drawing, so card advantage over the possibility to gain some life. Okay, interesting choice.
Yeah, let's try like this.
Okay, let's try it. So we sided in this case, Pyroblast and the Electricary, siding out Eagle Wellspring and one Kuldotha Rebirth. Am I right?
We cannot keep this hand, unfortunately. Opponent
Keepable.
is deciding whether to keep 7. He mulligans to 6.
Opponent mulligans to 6, yes.
So we basically drew.
So here is possible the start of Ancient Den and Glintok, but then we are stuck and we have no, unless we saw a red mana source.
We are on the play, so it's not really good.
Yes, exactly. We are not able to do lethal.
But this is definitely better.
Definitely better hand. So let's see what Vito choose to put on the bottom. In this case,
I think I will go for a blast.
Could be one of the Galvanic Blast, exactly. Same. I was thinking because mind alike, think the same.
Need to put 2 of them.
Okay, so Vito decided to give up his 2 Galvanic Blast in order to keep this, and he still has the possibility later next turn to play Synthesizer, so allowing him basically to draw a card for turn, exiling one, and later maybe exiling another one, sacrificing. Remember, we have to remember that Synthesizer also has an ability to sacrifice itself for 2 mana, allowing to create a 2/2 white samurai
with vigilance.
Vigilance. It's a really nice addition. So opponents play island and pass the turn.
So he's probably going for Ash Baron.
Hydroblast or Ash Barons.
Yeah, it's let's avoid crazy plays. Just be.
So you're passing to see what the opponent is going to do with his mana. Opponent looks for a snow-covered mountain. Case, of course, is also, but is playing his second island, menacing with a counterspell potentially. Okay, so we played Fountain, gain some life.
So now we can play Synthesizer. So if he has a hard counter, that is fine. We can still play Pyroblast. So we can actually resolve this Synthesizer in any case. And if he plays a Faeries, we can also kill it and avoid the next turn.
Yeah, so 1 blue, probably, or 2 blue, and with a hard counter.
So here we can choose whether we want to counter or just step back. So the problem is if we play Pyroblast and we exile
anything.
Anything, yeah, we're gonna miss it. But still, we would have an experimental synthesizer in play to be bounced back later, for example, by Kuldotha Rebirth. So there is still a reason to let it resolve, because we can trigger it later. So yeah, this is a tough call, but I think we should.
Yeah, I also think countering now in early game can give us enough advantage to at least, like start having. So Vito decided to actually let counterspell resolve. Let's see. So opponent plays another island and pass.
So and then I can also explain you why. My goal is to solve Skyfisher, Glintok, and all these other spell.
Yes. So like, let's say that we are keeping Pyroblast as a backup for later interactions. Okay. This is a stare off game. No one is playing anything. Opponent now Eastern with 5 Cazinan is passing, playing another no covered mountain, just and waiting, probably saving his interactions for counter war. Another land for opponent into Agro of Bolas.
So he revealed a null.
And now, yes, so a null is quite a strong card against us, actually. Maybe less now. We can counter synthesizer. We can counter our artifacts. Let's see. So I think Yorvito will try to force some interaction, some early interaction. Okay, opponent lets Glintok resolve. Probably he has enough removals.
Yes.
Check.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So
as predicted, Scred is going to take care of it. Opponent swings with no blockers with Ogre of Bolas. Let's see if he decided to follow up here with Ninja. So he's tapping 2 mana, probably for the.
So we can try to go with the Pyroblast, which is going to be probably countered, but not by a spell starter, by another art counter. What do you think? Shall we go for it? We may be wrecked if he has another counter.
If he has another counter, he will then sit at 4 cards in his hand. We are forcing something. I mean, if he plays spell starter, we can still resolve it with electricity, or at least trying to. And yeah, well, I think it could be still a good choice. We don't have much interaction in our hands, so I think playing our cards now could be more useful than later.
I think this is a mistake, but let's try.
Do you think it's a mistake? Okay.
Yeah, because it's usually, I think this ninja is well protected by spells.
It's art counters. So, or spy.
Okay, no problem. So we can.
Oh no, blue elemental blast, right? Or
Yeah, it was a blue elemental blast. So we can scry. We don't want this.
okay. We drew another galvanic blast. Option here is sacrificing one of the land for Kuldotha Rebirth.
Let's produce some blockers.
Produce some blockers. Opponents not given us priority yet, so is maybe thinking about an hard counter. Okay, no. Okay, it gave us our 3. Attacks. Ninja. Vito proposed 2 blocks. Wait on voting one of them. Use the creature, but yeah, at least we are preventing him to draw further cards. He's now playing another Ogre of Bolas, revealing from the top. Or sorcery. He reveals.
So now we can go for Galvanic Blast and see if he has a.
He just revealed blue bed, right? So he could potentially use it.
I'll go for Electricity with Overload.
Okay, let's see if he has a hard counter in his hand, or at least we are trying to trade down his board and his hand at the same time. Interesting choice here. I think we had to use a lot of resource in order to achieve that move step. Let's see, opponent a null. So he played this revealed card, preventing us to draw further cards, and we are just passing the turn. We're still short to scry on our keep or end of turn.
This is just to avoid
Yes.
another ninja, because then Bolas would reveal another card.
Well, lucky draw here with another furnace. This allows us to just cry in opponent's end of turn. It's not great. We are not, of course, like closing any interaction, but at least we have something that we can do, and the opponent can see opponent swing Bolas, now unblocked and checked. Of course, a ninja's coming. Draw 2 5 cards in his hand. Play the fjords, turn before missed, and follow that with Ogre of Bolas.
Yeah,
Ogre of Bolas missing.
that mulligan to 5 was pretty rough.
Yes.
So we can
As
and
always,
should.
As always, mulliganing 5. So we see now a lightning ball that we keep on top. We draw. Opponent has 5 cards in his hand. He already played a counter spell.
Oh, I'm stupid. Should have scried. Yeah, another misplayed.
Okay, another little misplay here. Vito is complaining because he tapped his Scryland with enough mana to scry in opponent end of turn.
But yeah, I mean, this game is probably over because the opponent is able to just produce too many features, and guy is drawing too many cards. So let's see if we can resolve this.
Another miss from Ogre of Bolas. We have now makeshift munition. Quite interesting, but is followed by a counter spell to get rid of our munition. We still have mana to scry at the end of opponent's turn. Now he starts swinging to make card advantage, of course, and bouncing his creature in case he find other ninjutsu cards. So in response, we see Golden Egg, and Vito's deciding to keep it on top.
The Admiral is coming.
The Admiral, probably. So opponent up. Oh no, he played the Hieroglyph.
For 2 cards. Okay. So now the egg can also be countered by Spell Stutter, unfortunately. So.
And as Vito was predicting,
Yeah.
Spell Stutter spread.
Yeah, let's not waste time. So this is
Kektan955, thank you. Thanks for the saying ciao ragazzi, buona stream e buon divertimento. Thank you very much. I hope you had fun following us. And please, if you feel leaving any feedback, either here or Discord, feel free. And we really appreciated that. Thank you very much.
Ciao Gecko. Mirko, did you realize was Gecko?
Now, yes, because now I'm reading again. I'm reading again the name tag.
Name.
Yes, grande cake. I send you a big kiss if you're still watching. A very very big kiss.
We are playing really complicated games due to heavy mulligans. It's yeah, for some reason today. Mirko, did you turn on the Turbo Chiappa?
If I turned on the Turbo Chiappa,
We're drawing terrible cards today.
yeah, I'm sorry. The point is the Turbo Chiappa works only if you're actually drawing that cards. So like there is an interesting story about my Turbo Chiappa because actually this is the thing. If you ask Marco, my friend, he's probably going to say something about it. So before playing Magic, I had like I played Magic in my early teenage years, and then I stopped playing Magic for a while, and I started playing Force of Will, another
Just
trading card game.
move to the right a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So when I was playing this new that was like new back then card game, my friend Marco was always saying that I had the Turbo Chiappa. Basically means I was really really lucky and always drawing like always top decking what I needed in that moment, and that allowed me to have very good results actually. But then I stopped playing to get back to my original love for Magic the Gathering.
So
So you see, please finish what what you said.
can you please remind me why I am the one playing and not you? If you're so
Because
lucky.
you yes, because you have the technological advantage of War Machine. Uh, wait, Abyss's Pilgrim. Interesting. What do you
Yeah,
think our opponent is playing now?
I have no idea.
No idea.
Could be
Could be interesting. Could be interesting. War combo?
could
Something like
be
that? No.
some ramp deck.
Some ramp. Let's see. Oh,
Too early to say. Yeah, could be.
yes, could be. Yes, some mana producers, so probably we will keep up. We should keep up our removal spell. He probably has some kind of weird Pilipala slash Umbermental slash produce mana. I will capitalize on that. So maybe having some removals up is nice.
Yeah, I mean,
You
so
don't
one
want
of
to
the
play all
things.
of them now?
Yeah,
Right?
so
Please.
one of the things Walls has to be very careful about is protecting creatures with that produce mana, colored mana, because
Yes.
those are necessary to win in order to play the blue spells. So let's
Okay.
see
So
what he.
Winding Way, opponent reveal 4 cards.
This was
Can you
a
read the cards?
yeah, it
Yes.
was just
Forest, Forest.
so we only see Cerulean Caretaker here basically.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
We
so
drew Glito and Golden Egg, so we can now start getting some card advantage here. So Vito thinking the sequencing is so playing Glintok into to get back Icor Westspring. In this case,
yes, then we can.
and then descended with what follow this up with again Wellspring or Golden Egg.
So I am tempted to
Okay, you're
just
tempted to
deal with
just
this,
kill creatures. Okay, okay, interesting.
so we can start swinging. We have a number of draws to draw other removals, so let's just go for it.
Yes. So probably opponent at this point is playing some kind of wall combo decks. So we have to be careful on creatures that can be enchanted or creature that can interact with the mana is producing. Um, well, yes, we were saying before while like this game, I think we can take a little bit of a couple of seconds from the commentary. Yeah, I'm not playing because at the moment I don't have the technological advantage that you have. My laptop is kind of slow, so I can't stream. But maybe someday I will also be able to stream games and show my Turbo Kappa here. So let's follow. Opponent is playing more. Aquarium Ranger is playing another creature. Untapping is Wool, and then following that with a Leader Stampede to draw even more creatures, revealing some interesting stuff. It's kind of blurring my screen, so I can't read them. So please, Vito, can you over? Uh,
So he
there's
just exiled
yes,
the pieces of the combo.
exactly. So Drift
So
Phantasm and
Galvanic Alchemist. So this is the creature we have to worry about. He has at the moment only one creature to play to produce blue mana. So we need to find a removal for Cerulli Caretaker. So yeah, let's just search it.
yeah. So you're playing Golden Egg that draw a Squad Fisher. This can be changed a couple of times between Glintok and other artifacts that allows us to draw cards. Um, let's see. Vito decided to play.
Yeah, unluckily no removal
Okay, so
here. So this is quite rough.
so in
Mm,
this case, cracking a clue or another land, the Boros Garrison now. Um,
so we don't have a way to further draw, and we just have to wait and see what he can do. Um, yeah, it's very annoying.
so
So
Fisher here follows jump ward bouncing one Icon Westspring and
we had a very good draw, but the only problem was we didn't see any synthesizer, and this made our cube a little bit slower. We're not able
yes,
to
yes.
take a strong advantage from these creatures.
Exactly. It was looking like early 2017, 18 Kuldotha board Kuldotha, uh, like only with Prophetic Prism and Icon Westspring in order to draw cards. Now we see opponent tapping out for a cycle Drift of Phantasm. Actually not cycle but transmute. And transmute allows him to find a card in his deck with converted mana cost uh, equal
Free.
to 2/3
And
exactly.
he's looking for
So
a little stampede. So this is probably because he needs Axeban Guardian, maybe.
Spangardian maybe is looking for more creatures. So now playing is copy of Leader Stampede, revealing Axebane, Guardian, and more walls. So now is floating the board walls, and let's see if we can interact with him.
Oh, it's a good.
So we drew another land, playing Wellspring into another land, fortunately. We still have a shot here if Vito decide to play his Glintok bouncing back one artifact. So again, same pattern of play, equal Wellspring is coming, drawing into another Glintok.
Oh wait.
So no removal yet. No removal yet. Again, chaining to get even more advantage. Opponent is in good shape because he can produce his mana necessary to play his
Yeah,
creature, and
we
then
may
he
lose
still
this
has to
turn.
wait. Yes.
We may lose this turn because he has a Quirion Ranger to got a lot of mana with Overgrown Battlement, and he should be able to play.
All of his threat to close
Yeah.
the combo. So your opponent is adding a bunch of mana in order to play Mnemonic Wall,
Get back.
probably allowing him to get back
Stampede.
Lead the Stampede. Uh, then following. With Axeman Guardian that can't tap yet, and Lead the Stampede, revealing even more creatures. Now he has red cards that I don't know. Let me check. Let me search for
So it's a
this deck. I'm
defender
really
with
curious about it.
so it
Yes.
gives haste to every creature. So now you can use Axeman Guardian to
Immediately,
yeah,
yeah.
and you can go off. So it's gonna be enough. We can just wait just to double check the piece is playing. Okay, so he has a secret door. Uh, so if you're not
Allowing
familiar,
him, yeah,
there is a
exactly. Please, Vito.
yeah, there is so this secret door gives the deck also another out. So I don't know how to show you.
Well, it's kind of complicated. Let's just say that there is external cards like tokens that are not really produced, but they are called dungeon. And in for adventuring for Forgotten Realm, Wizard of the Coast introduced this mechanic of basically adventuring into the dungeon. So adventuring into the dungeons allows him to choose one of the three dungeons available in as a dungeon, and every time he ventures, he can basically do different things. Could be scry, draw cards, or he can chain different effects. Dungeons works in a way in which the order, you have to explore one room before the other. As any dungeon crawler game, they try to mimic that feeling of Dungeons and Dragons and alike. Is now chaining a lot of cards to get back all of his creatures or like a couple of creatures from his graveyard. He can adventure and explore the dungeon probably like a lot of time.
Yeah, and this will
So
basically he has a way to produce infinite mana, and he can use infinite mana in different ways to kill us.
exactly.
So one is Blood Rite Invoker because he can convert 8 of this mana to deal 3 damage to me, or he can also mill us
He can mill us.
with the
He can
secret.
cast
Yeah.
Valakut Invoker and deal damage to us. And basically, he can
So
just like produce
uh,
huge
the,
amount of mana and
I
win.
was just waiting a little bit to see if there was any weird card main deck, and there is actually Ripping the Grave. So this deck, it seems, is relying more than I was expecting on the graveyard and graveyard recursion. So it may justify a Relic of Progenitus in game 2 and 3. We don't have a strong sideboard against this deck.
No, sadly.
We just have basically Pyroblast. Because I see some nice sound. It means there was an event from
It was an
Twitch.
event,
Can you
yes.
check?
I can't because I can't see any notification live. We are sorry about that. So I can't see new followers,
But in any case,
unfortunately.
if you follow this, I have an issue with my OBS, so I cannot see.
Oh,
Um,
someone showed up in chat. Said Meili, hello there, hello, welcome to Pauperformance. I think you can maybe from OBS isn't saying what is happening.
no, it's just in a weird glitchy state. Anyway,
Okay. Anyway, welcome to Pauperformance.
hi,
We are
thanks for
playing
coming.
our leagues. Thanks for coming and thanks for the follow. And yeah, we are playing our league with Kuldotha Boros at the moment. We are in the fourth game of the league. We are 1 win and 2 loss. Unfortunately, against BR Storm and Izzet Faeries. We are sitting strong. We are still very hyped. We will play for at least this game. And greetings from Russia. We pay Popper here too, of course. Thank you, man. And greetings from, well, different places, Germany and Netherlands. So thank you very much for the follow. As we said, feel free to chat. I will try to engage as much as I can with the chat. Vito will focus more on playing. As we can see here now is opening end. It decided to keep
So
his hand open with Great Furnace and waiting. I think here keeping up the removal for this matchup is essential to kill his threats as soon or slowing down and preventing him to go too wide. So he played Tinderwall. Tinderwall is a nice card that can sacrifice himself to add double red mana. We also drew another removal spell. Really nice. Now, delaying a little bit our interaction for Tapland and see what opponent is proposing.
I don't want to remove this creature because they, yeah, they basically not allow him to produce colored mana. So it's
Yes, exactly.
we're not in a hurry. Um,
So Serge is saying, when I looking at Kuldotha at current time, I remember pre-Monarch Pauper. Yes, this list is actually really nice. Is basically almost a throwback to Kuldotha Rally, like the old list, but introducing new addition like Synthesizer that we are hyped about. That card is really strong and gives us a really nice advantage. Of course, like you can start doodling and you can pile efficient draw with that card. It's a really nice addition. A little bit more aggressive than the original Monarch, I think, or like not the original, but let's say like the last version of Monarch that has been played. So Vito here now draw another land. Opponent showed us another
so I'm
wall.
actually considering.
Yes.
So I'm actually considering cracking Furnace for Rebirth, and then using and then returning one Goblin to play Skyfisher, so we can have a race of 4 in the air, or we can just do as before, so we can keep on bouncing the Furnace. So I think I will just follow this plan. Unluckily, um,
While you're playing, Serge is saying that synthesizer is similar to Astrolabe. So, what do you have fun memory of Astrolabe, Vito?
so
Astrolabe was a great card.
so I remember at the time we were able to play like any kind of
And
deck.
yes, yes.
So it was yeah, it was.
I think in its brokenness, that card was actually allowing more diversity, meaning like, okay, like it's really pumping up strong, already strong decks, making basically bending the meta, but also was allowing to really play like 3 colors without issues, and it was amazing. Of course, banned.
Oh, damn. I made a mistake here.
Yes, so apparently you tried to bolt a creature, thinking that you were doing 4 damage. We are not in Metacraft yet. Let's hope that this little misplay is not changing the game. Hopefully not. Let's cross our fingers. So yes, Seth saying that he's playing Pauper since 2014, and I've played Astrolabe in 2018. Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember.
like the meta evolved a lot. Saying Vito, you remember?
I remember during that summer I was in traveling in Iceland. So no internet. It was a very rural. I just had pen and paper, and I remember I enjoyed building any kind of random deck because you could play basically any color. So yeah, I remember I came back to the Netherlands with a bunch of decks to play, all brewed in my mind.
All written down on a piece of paper, a little bit, like I would say, like scratched and with stains of food, something like that. Yeah, that's like the real deck building, like strong and the original deck building. That's nice. So here Vito's evaluating what to do. Probably is going to attack with all of this creature, as we see. Yes, dealing some damage and applying pressure. We have no interaction, unfortunately, and opponent is sitting strong with 2 cards in his hand. We are
3
lucky that
cards.
yes, 3 cards, yes. He hasn't found any. Yes, is 3 cards. Sorry, it was a little bit small. He hasn't seen his tutor yet. Do we?
So I think the
I think
line here is to
yes.
so we can try to play with a big cost these 2 creatures. This way we actually cannot. There is no artifact to return. Um, yeah, because I want it to be lethal on board, right? So if he doesn't combo this turn, then we can swing for 8 in the air. He has the ability to sacrifice Tinderwall and deal 2 damage to target creature. It's blocking, but this Tinderwall is actually not going to block anything. So we'll just use it to produce red mana. And at this point, I think his out is to play. So is to add red mana, play the Trinkerfoot Defender, and then use that one to start producing colored mana with other creatures he may have in play. Um, so
We can't interact with that in any way. So I think maybe you're actually playing Skyfisher and or Kuldotha to apply pressure. He still has a lot of blockers.
yeah, I want to use
So
one of these goblin to bounce.
to
Um,
bounce, yes, yes. I can see the line of play. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, we stopped seeing interaction after the first couple of spells. But let's see what opponent is going to give us now. So he's adding black mana.
all right,
Black
ripping the
mana for
graves.
Withering Waves. Yes, for Expand Guardian. I think maybe he still he doesn't have at the moment any tutor or any card to look at the top of his deck. Let's see now what the opponent is going to play. So he's thinking.
All right.
Oh, we considered. Okay, okay.
Yeah, it was
So
not a
probably
strong
he found,
start.
yeah, probably found no way to dig deep into his deck, and yeah, that's the way. So what we sided in with this matchup, in this case, only Pyroblast, I think,
And
cutting Golden Egg and Makeshift Munitions,
Relic of Progenitus.
and Relic of Progenitus. Yes, Relic of Progenitus because we saw he playing like we saw him playing him or her playing
Not only is ripping the graves, but
Ripping
also
Grave. Yes.
very likely Mnemonic Wall, which is a defender as well.
Yeah. So what about what about the list now? Like let's just while the opponent is choosing what to play or not against us. What's your feeling about this Kuldotha Rebirth list that we're
So
playing right now?
there are chances the Pauper challenge was won, just because there was a Faeries heavy meta. So this deck, of course, has good chances against Faeries, particularly if it's able to resolve an early makeshift munitions to keep in check all the Faeries, since basically no yeah, there are no easy way for a Faeries deck to deal with munitions. But I also think it's a deck we're not playing optimally. The creator must have considered probably very carefully different sideboard plans against different archetypes. We are not familiar with them yet. So Hydra is a current mulliganing to 4 cards.
Or I saw, yeah, yeah. So you decided to keep this hand, allowing you basically to start off with your 2 bridges, synthesize a Glintoak, maybe following at some point. Um, is ramping. Nice.
Yeah, this is a
as a
very
safe,
unconventional
yes,
walls.
wall list. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for those of you
So
who want to try this deck and maybe learn more about this archetype, not only I recommend you having a look at the academy, which is the Pauperformance website at pauperformance.com. I also encourage you to pay a visit to the Discord server dedicated to walls. There are many cool guys over there, very expert about um, this archetype. The Discord is linked in the archetype.
yes. So I just copy pasted in chat our link tree, link bio for Pauperformance. You can find here all the links, all the interesting and useful links for you. So the wiki, so Pauperformance website, you can find the academy. You can find the Discord channel. You can find our Instagram page, and then Telegram to be updated every time we go live. You also, if you explore Pauperformance.com and you start digging through the academy, and you follow through archetype wall combo, as Vito was saying, you can find easily the Discord channel dedicated to both. We will probably soon have different Discord associated with each archetype. It's probably we will not be able to find every Discord for every archetype, but as much as we can, and we will provide links there. So also, if you have suggestion, if you have feedbacks, if you know cool websites where to find nice Pauper articles, history, decklist, and stat, just you can send the link to us through our Discord channel in feedback, and we will be first grateful with you, for you and sorry, grateful to you, and we maybe add that resource later in our academy. So let's look at what is happening on the board. Opponent is playing a Quirion Ranger by another Quirion Ranger. We have on the board Travel Inspector, Glint Oak, a token. We are already in Metacraft, and in our hands is sitting strong another Oak, Peasant, Bolt, a Relic,
So I did a
interesting,
small mistake.
Synthesizer, and
Yeah.
Blast.
So as we were talking, I did a small mistake because I played the wrong land. I hope to exile another one. Uh, all right, Kuldotha Rebirth. So we can actually play all of these cards. So let's just first bounce this.
Now bouncing Synthesizer is really nice because we can exile another additional card that we can play this turn.
Yeah.
And we exiled Icon Wellspring.
So unluckily,
Not gonna be played, yeah, not gonna be played this turn. We can apply early pressure, in this case, playing Kuldotha, or relying on another Synthesizer to maybe hit another land. I don't know, did you skip land drop this turn?
yes.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, it's a kind of risky play. If you reveal a Kosuke Fisher or two CMC card, you can play it, of course. Even a one CMC card, so you just have to hit a land. Otherwise, I think you can roll with it and let's see what happens.
we
You can
may,
also fire the Kuldotha on the clue. I think it would be a
yeah, I
nice shot.
think.
I'm so bad at saying this deck just feels so clunky. Yeah, it's let's say like sometimes when it runs, it could run smoothly, but still like I think the feeling of I would say like mid-rangey, like Gotagolaki is a little bit the feeling of the deck. What do you think about Vito about clunkiness of this Kuldotha Rebirth list?
So I was curious, Abe, do you think it's like more clunky with respect to other Boros builds in particular, or in general? Because so Abe, that is writing in chat, is been playing a lot um, with Boros. So yeah, I'm sure he can give us some good feedback. In the meantime, I'm also doing some math to check whether we can be lethal next turn. So I think this is a good moment to go for a rally. I would go also for a synthesizer just in case we hit a land. Okay, so this galvanic blast may change our plans because we may remove the guardian and then also play relic, so we can keep in check graveyard.
So Abe is typing and is saying that he hasn't played Rebirth, but from videos that he watched, it looked like that is this list is look very similar to the old Monarch list, with Skyfisher, Prism, and so kind of slow but fair. The reason he swapped to Bully as well. It's a bit faster. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, I think it's an interesting list. I mean, is trying to capitalize on synthesizer, not really, I think applying that much control as the Monarch list, or let's like pure bully, gotta go fast, gotta deal a lot of damage. Um, so sometimes, yes, like being in between can be a little bit detrimental. So opponents here plays Weather the Storm.
Good call from him. It's gonna buying some time.
By sometimes gain a big chunk of life. So opponent sitting at 22.
But
Okay, so let's.
I think we are still favored because we have some ways to interact with his board.
So let's get back to the game. Opponent plays Lead the Stampede, revealing Drift of Phantasm, I think the Valakuts.
So there is a Sarulid.
Gorilla Shaman, and 2 Cavalier. I think here could be interesting, getting rid of Clear Ranger, actually, to prevent him to untap for more mana. What do you think, Vito, about this?
End of turn.
Well, it could be either end of turn or in your turn if you crack the relic in his end of turn to draw one additional card. Maybe eating a bolt, quite reasonable, but quite unlikely. And also, Abe is saying that this decklist looks similar. Take out Palace Sentinel and Prot for monocolors. Prism is replaced with Experimental Synthesizer, and you just kind of have the old Monarch list. Yeah, more or less. I think we are on the same page with this. Yes. So here we see end of turn Bolt to kill one of his creatures is swinging.
Yeah, because right now he can only produce blue.
Yes.
Doesn't have a way to deal with. So it doesn't have a way yet to produce non-blue. So it can only can create a green and blue, right? So he has to use a Cerulean Caretaker to.
So we are proposing 17 damage here. Am I right? Still a little bit short. We can't kill him this turn. So maybe we want to save Galvanic Blast. Maybe we want to save Galvanic Blast. Down to 5.
Yeah, at this point I'm wondering if I should kill Caretaker. I think so. We're going to go lethal for Rally next turn.
So you want to kill Caretaker, he can now produce only 1 colored mana with the Orochi. Interesting. Interesting choice.
Because we are lethal on board, so
yes, we are lethal on board, of course. Yes.
It's either now or
never. Let's see opponent. So it plays another land. the forest, and now tapping for blue to probably transmute Phantasm. Yeah, allowing it to search in his deck for a CMC 3 card to add to his hand as an instant speed, not instant speed, sorry, like as a sorcery, and we can do nothing about it. So he played a Gorilla Shaman. Okay. That Gorilla Shaman is not really threatening us at the moment. Even if he kills our lands or relic or synthesizer, we can still do something about it. So let's see what he's going to do now. He's probably keep up some blockers, I think, and killing our lands. So now opponent adding some mana, some green, Victorian. Play another Queen Ranger, he can do the same, but it's not convenient for him at the moment because it will get rid of his Utopia's Pro.
Try to thinking
He's
about
probably
the
just putting down some blockers. I think here is the good moment to crack the relic to
yeah.
draw.
End of turn, I will crack it
Yes.
anyway.
Also remember that you still have in your graveyard.
Ah, right.
Oh wait. Wait, no, that's a bad play because you still have in your graveyard a Rally Deposit,
Yeah,
so
right.
you're lethal anyway. Yes. Maybe opponent also realized that now and
Yeah.
consider.
All right. So it's 2-2
Right.
in this league.
Yes.
I think we will will play the fifth match off screen. So yeah, I think that's it for today.
That's it for today.
This
So
deck still didn't convince me fully, but it was anyway nice to play it again after a long time. It really brought me back to the all the Kuldotha
yes,
Boros days.
Abe is asking off
Oh, sorry.
screen. Yes, probably we will like playing like only me me and Vito. No, it's joining the match.
Come on,
Yeah, go for it. We can go for it tonight. We are really hyped, and I think there's a good energy.
we need to
So
know.
let's play it. Yes,
The
let's
world
play it.
needs to know.
But now that Abe you asking for that, you should help us playing this game. So we are expecting a lot. Yeah, like have you seen the mono MBC come back? Have you seen Vito the mono the control come back?
Yeah, because of the still again because of Faeries, right? So suffocating fumes, Kumbhaji witches.
Which is
But yeah, it's a deck that can really adapt to the current meta game. Our meta game in
yeah.
Amsterdam is too different from the online one to play effectively mono black there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Was he running Pestilence? Abe, you told me you wrote it crushed you, but was it like a common? Okay, no. Right. So yeah, if you're playing Boros Bully, that's another good reason. I mean, in general. So not only there are fairies, but also Boros Bully, and the fact that it rarely gives +2/+0 still makes Squadron Oaks like
Yeah.
good targets for Kombaji Witches and Suffocating Fumes. Oh, just carry me for 11? What were you doing on the board?
Yes. Well, that's a lot. Yeah. So we open a hand here with Bridge Mountain, Boros Garrison, Makeshift Munition, Synthesizer, and 2 Blast that we are keeping. Opponent plays Enchanting a land. So probably, or not probably, is we could also be against another war combo.
Or maybe just Bogles as well.
Or maybe just
So
Bogles as
Unbrindled
well.
Growth used to be played in the past. I'm not sure about now. We will soon find out if
Yes, let's
Wizard
see.
Adept is playing Bogles or not. If it
Is
is,
Enchanting
all these cards will be
useless. Two
yeah
face.
going
Okay,
to
yes,
face.
playing Bogles. So opponent plays Bogles. Now we will try to get as fast as possible to be in Metalcraft. Now, unfortunately, makeshift munition is not making sense anymore in our hands because yes, well, it can be a finisher, but we simply need to have a lot of stuff on the board. I think here fast is the key. Being
So I
fast
think,
is the key.
yeah, I think I will just let me see. Um, yeah, we have to be very, very fast. If we play
And if
Crossguy
you want,
Fisher now, we will
if you
have
want to
to.
be fast, if you want to be fast here, I think you should play Bolt to Face, Boros Garrison, taking back the land, and then following with the Mountain next turn to have 3 mana to start doing something. Yeah, I think Fisher now is keeping you too far too back to be really effective anyway, and also, yeah, I think this is the only call you can do. So let's see what opponent is proposing. Hopefully, he's not seeing. He has 4 cards. Uh, he only has 3 cards now. Playing another land, following with blue, black, and 2 green mana for Ancestral Mask. Oof. So opponent is swinging
Bogles
for
doing Bogles
5.
stuff. So
Bogles
we
doing Boggle stuff. We need a blocker. So let's set something. Synthesizer revealing another
another
synthesizer.
synthesizer.
I think here Fischer bouncing the synthesizer just played, even if it's take 1 card from our potentially pool, is still like the finest play. So Abe is saying, this look like a 0-1 if he has any gas in his hand. Oh yes, place it first so you if it's land you can play it instead of land from hand. Yes,
Yeah, you're right.
you're right. We need to block here to soak some damage. Is strong. Is big and strong and scary. We are down to 9. Opponent throw with the land. He has only 1 card in his hand.
We can gain 3 life from this guy.
I don't think is enough.
Yeah, of course, but yeah, I think it doesn't make sense to reveal more cards about our deck.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go. Yeah, let's go to side. So what's the side here? It's
We have a couple of
straightforward.
yeah, it's gonna be complicated. So probably some life gain, but we really want to keep rally. So lightning bolt is somehow a dead card now.
Also makeshift munition. I think it's not really meaningful in this matchup. I
Yeah.
think even more than Bolt. I think Bolt can do 3 damage. But let's
Yes.
see how Vito wants to.
Yeah, but
Decide.
yeah. So
Maybe electricity. Abe is asking maybe electricity. If you have it turn 2/3, it can be really good or dead otherwise. So it's like I risk high stakes. Yes.
yeah, I think we are so desperate against Bogles that it can make sense. So we can cut some cards to keep electricity. It's like a silver bullet.
Yeah,
Um,
it can be interesting. It can be interesting.
so yeah, it's an option. So what do we want to cut? I think some of these rocks, probably Wellspring, right? Because it's slower, doesn't gain life, which can make a difference.
Well, yes, it can make a difference. You gain some life. It will draws a card and can fix some mana. Tonight we are a little bit short on luck on drawing lands.
I think I
Is
would
either
cut.
is either we start with 5 lands in our hand or 1.
We can go like this.
Okay, so we decided for this line.
Just
let's
I'm gonna just
see.
wait
Let's
for a
see.
few more seconds in case Abe wanna drop some comment. But yeah, my feeling is we should keep Traben because it will produce some artifacts we can crack or dig for responses. I like these silvers bullet. If we draw them, then it's good. Yeah, let's go for it. We have to be fast in any case.
Yeah, we have plenty of time. You take consent. Yes, yes, yes.
So we have a
So we have a removal, but the other lands kinda.
better than nothing, I guess. We need to.
So I see that here you want to basically go fast with Dragon Inspector next turn, and then maybe bouncing on or playing the Fountain to gain some life and
So
potentially.
the reason for the reason for that is because we. So let's check if it's just white. Chosen color is green. What?
But this card doesn't settle that one white
So
mana
it's
is
because it still
less.
wants to be able to make some artifact 8, basically. I guess this was the reason why. So if this was white, if white was chosen, I would have considered Revoke Existence on Utopia Sprawl. But since it's green, I will not. So we want to basically prevent him. No, this list is super recent. Okay. Your list is old. So we want to.
Yeah, so you're still playing with the old sideboard for like strong Infinity 8, maybe. But looks cool.
So I will probably Galv Blast to face at this point.
Yeah.
Then hopefully play a Revoke Existence on a white mana source. We want to deal with white mana sources because they will create problems with. Okay, they will create.
Let's draw Electricity now.
Yeah,
Come on.
let's do
Come
it.
on, let's draw it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Go to face,
Since
as
we have 3
always.
artifacts.
Let's send a message.
So without white mana, I cannot play Armadillo Clock and Ethereal Armor, which are big issues. So first, let's offer him a great chance. Okay, so I still think we should not exile this Utopia Sprawl, so I'd rather draw from Clue. Alright.
So would you rather dump Boros Garrison here or one of your untapped lands? You can also go with the Fountain, but then later on you will add 3 mana on your...
Because we can go Fountain and then Garrison into the Fountain for life. So it's also...
Yeah, you can also get 4 mana with the Ancient Den later, so yes. So no point playing tap now, right?
Yeah, but the reason is we can draw, we can gain
Just
for life.
because we can gain more life, I
Yeah,
think Vito, I think the choice.
yeah, I'm considering Radiant Fountain just to gain 2 more life.
So let's see what
Tough
Vito decide
choice.
here.
Abe, what do you think? Garrison? Or maybe we can just play Campus and keep Fountain and Garrison for the following turns. Yeah, I like this. So we still play a tap land?
Yeah. Abe was saying no point playing on tap now.
Yeah,
So
just play Campus.
you want a Fountain into Gary. Sounds low though. Yes. So he's saying that you want a Fountain into Garrison, of course. That was the thing that we
Yes.
were discussing. But then it's low. Yes, I agree
So,
with that.
okay. Managed to draw a natural... God damn it. Natural planes. Must be 1 or 2 in deck. Probably 1.
Okay. So opponent now is proposing for 5 damage, 4 damage, and is gaining life.
So we need to get rid of Armadillo Clock as soon as possible.
We need to get rid of Armadillo Clock. So Vito decided to play is Enchantment 8 in the form of Revoke Existence to get rid of Armadillo Clock, that we know is a good enchantment to get good life, chunk of life back. Yes, so Abe is saying, imagine if you top deck Electricity. We're calling Electricity. I think if we call Electricity all together and we really cross our fingers and hope to draw that, this will be amazing.
Unluckily, with the white mana source, he will be able to play any spell he wants. This is very annoying. So this was also risky.
Yes, we see him now drawing up to 4 cards in his hand. You want mana for possible big turn, yes.
Yeah, classic.
Classic with another Armadillo Clock.
Where are our creatures? Yeah, unfortunately,
it's worth mentioning here that if you keep your mana up for Rally the Peasant and you fire that as after declaration of blockers, you can also get rid of that card. But we will see later if that is getting into use or not.
We can actually go for it. We may try. Why not?
He is thinking about playing Garrison to bounce Fountain without using Fountain, of course, to do anything, as he wants to get his blocker to try to get rid of.
But I suspect something huge is going to drop on the Bogle. Like an Ancestral Mask or something. Oh wait. What? What kind of hand does he have right now?
This allows us to play Synthetizer now and potentially off the top, seeing an 8 card. No, we see an artifact lands, so we're not wasting the playing it immediately.
So we can play this gag and keep the same trick as before open.
Yeah. There are not many plays now, sadly. Yes, Abe, you're right. I think there's no lot of big plays at the moment that Vito can.
All right, we can also play Skyfisher. Let's do it later. Let's try to go for a trick. Maybe work.
I think opponent is also maybe collecting like a bunch of enchantment to dump them all together. There.
Not ideal.
Yeah, now he's getting a little bit out of hand, which is big. He tramples and going to gain a lot.
Alright, so this Galvanic Blast is completely useless. You can draw.
Yes, 3 clocks. But this is the player attack, yes. At least I saw 3 clocks.
Yes, we are super dead, but let's see.
So opponent is currently sitting at a very comfortable 26 life. More than double of our life. We can still play the trick of Radiant Fountain, gain life, getting it back to our hands, but it's not getting us anywhere. So probably Vito here wants to get back to Feather, playing it again. Reading from the top at Ravenous Spectre, not helping but soaking a little bit of damage. We're also making our board not huge, but something.
So now we can adjust. Yeah. So my idea is to block Bogles with all the creatures we have, and also play Rally the Peasants.
It was still worth triple block Rally. Maybe that it was still worth triple block Rally.
I think we should triple block and then also play Rally. So the we may play Boros Garrison. No, we may play another Radiant Fountain, and then we'll bounce it back with Garrison later, just to be.
He said Abe that he can't read Bogles. How big it is?
It's a 5/5.
It's a 5/5. Yes, because it's plus 2 to go +4 from the cloak and is 1/1.
Come on, don't make it bigger. Haha, we scared him. All right.
Okay, so we drew another Skyfisher. Let's see how Vito decide to sequence that. So first synthesizer, exiling rally. Okay, okay.
This is a
Juicy.
dead. I think
Juicy.
it's somehow dead there.
Is dead. I think yeah, makes sense to maybe just don't play it, of course, and let it exile. Getting back again, synthesizer. We still have 1 mana that we can pull off some tricks from here. Another is Vector. Yes. Interesting. So, end step crack. Yeah.
Yes, I will do it. Yeah, I forgot to do it the next previous turn. I'm a
Tech
bit.
save, yeah, yeah. No, it's, I
I
think it's just late. It's just. I mean, you're still an average player, I know, but I mean, like it's kind of late. It's fine. Don't stress yourself.
So you can reveal an enchantment or land and put it in hand. So let's see what.
Oh, this is a new addition. This is a new addition from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Never see played before.
Yeah,
So
true.
Commune with Spirit, very close to Commune with Gods, but a little bit different, right? So we can you read the card for us?
So it's look at the 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an enchantment or land, put them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So this is actually interesting.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Vito is feeling the pressure because the best Boros players in the room is watching.
you you already learned the meme. Come on. I think we can deal with this huge Bogle. The board is full of beautiful creatures.
So Bogles now is a 7/6. No, 7/5. Yeah, still, right? So we're cracking
7/5
blue to draw. Ooh,
missionary.
missionary.
So at some point we have to think if we are lethal in combat. Because we can activate Rally as an offensive card to swing, but I guess we have to first create goblins. Because he will gain 7 life from champ blocking with Bogles. So yeah, let's.
Abe is saying that he has no blue up for this spell.
All right, but then I don't. So it's going to probably block. So we have basically 5 creatures. 3 will pass. So it's the 3 trouble. So each one is going to be 5, so 15. We can also deal 4 more with Galvanic Blast, it's 19, but he's going to gain 7. So we are definitely not lethal from this spot.
Rally will kill Big Bogle, yes. Absolutely.
Yes, I think we should use 1 rally to kill the Bogle, and then next turn try to to win. So yeah, first keep on drawing something hopefully good.
And think here also gaining some life can be useful either through the Radiant Fountain and the Lone Missionary. Also because Lone Missionary is making a body on the board. Also, if Vito you end up with 2 mana left at the end of turn, you can remember you can crack Synthesizer to make another creature. So you can treat lethal.
Right, it can only be cracked as a sorcery.
Oh, right, you're right. Yes.
Yeah, if it draws Ancestral Mask,
over
it's
if
over.
it's draws Mask, yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think at this point we can
Can't wait too long. Yeah.
swing with these creatures.
start leveraging down to 22. So let's see opponent. Opponent plays. Ooh.
It's 14-12, but I guess it's not enough. So yeah, we have to go for it, right?
Yes, but he's going to. Okay.
Because he has a first strike, right?
First strike.
So he's going to assign 14 damage. He's going to. Oh, wait a moment. So by doing so, wait a moment. We can just take this damage, right?
Yes, we can. He's going up 14. So it could be quite hard then to deal lethal, but maybe if we chain our 7 damage that we have in hand.
Plus double rally.
Opponent is sitting at a comfortable 50 life points. Yes, double rally, of course, is on both phase. Yeah.
So we should actually go for.
Scry? No, you can't.
I was considering a Glade Cover, but because this guy is going to absorb for 5 damage.
Yeah, but you can't kill it.
Yeah, indeed.
So if you have a strike, take it over both phase and run it, yeah.
So let's see if we can crack a synthesizer and then go double rally. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 in hand. So we can do it.
Yes.
Um,
Just dump the fountain. Do you have a rally in the yard?
no, I don't.
Do we? No, it was exiled.
It was exiled from a synthesizer. I think we should lead with the synthesizer just to see if we see. Okay,
Yeah.
no, nothing useful.
Nothing useful. Well, I think it's over. We should do it anyway. Just go for it, and that's it. Bogles is.
Yeah, triple. Wait a moment, it didn't block, but maybe. Yeah, unfortunately there were no Kuldotha Rebirth in our hands that would have helped with the race. Nope.
Yes, 10 short. Cool, but 10 short.
Close.
Very close. Yes, it was a really close call. Yes, I agree with that.
I'm just curious to see what is the next card, because I actually missed one drawing from the crack clue, just to see if maybe something good was on top. Oh, yeah, as usual. All right, guys. So that's it for today's. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for passing by. We hope you had fun. See you next week. Take care.
See you next week.
Ciao, Valio.
You're rich.
You're rich.
Thanks again.
Bye.
Follow us everywhere.
Bye.